Welcome to Bishop Aquatics. We're back in our Phoenix location and we're visiting the Guppy Room. The Guppy Room has become the fry room. We have received so many fry from our selection of fish, both the inside and the outside tubs, that we've turned the Guppy Room into the fry room. We've kind of developed a new philosophy where we're aggressively gathering all the fry and putting them in inside containers, heavily feeding them with brine shrimp for the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then releasing them back to the respective containers, whether they be the grow-out tanks or the larger tanks inside. So let's start off and let's show you what we're talking about. This tank is a red Mosaic Threadfins. We have just, you see a lot of the juveniles that have now developed into the tank. This is the 29 gallon. And this is just the recent fries. These guys are about, a couple of weeks old. This is our full reds in a 20 gallon rimless. They had an explosion of fry, and what we did, we put them downstairs into one of the 5 gallon tanks. So inside the tank is, there you go, you can see all the albino fry. We've got this tank, you can see just how much vegetation we put in our tanks, filled with plants. It really helps if you fill these tanks with, just stuff them with plants. It takes out the nitrates, it takes out the ammonia, and the fish just have a real symbiotic relationship with the plants. Okay, that's the full red albino. While we're on the downstairs rack, let me show you the explosion from outside. This is our black metal jackets. Our black metal jackets are in a 100 gallon tub, and they have just totally exploded with fry. The fry that I'm showing you have been gathered within the last week, and 90% have been born within the last week. Let me take this off a little bit. So here's the 5 gallon full. Oops, excuse me here, I'm hanging up on the light next door. Okay, here's the 5 gallon, and you can see hundreds and hundreds of fry. One thing you'll notice that all of our fry tanks, our grow-out tanks, are filled with snails. The reason for that is there's a very specific reason for that. We overfeed our fry. We're feeding them 3 times a day with baby brine shrimp, and on top of that we're feeding the aquarium co-op guppy food in between feedings. Okay, that's the first tank of black metal jackets. This is the pull from 3 days ago. In the 5 gallon tank, I'm guessing probably 300 fry. In this tank, at least 100 to 150. See how we overfeed? Not a problem. This guppy fry tank, I don't have a lot of snails in it, it's just my oversight. But let me show you real quick how we clean. Well, let me show you the other black metal jackets, then we'll go back and I'll show you how we clean this fry tank up real quick. This are the black metal jackets I pulled up yesterday. So that means that tub was completely empty of fry, and in one day we gathered over 150 more. So approximately in the last 7 days we've pulled over 500 to 600 black metal jackets. I'm going to come back to showing you how to clean these tubs up, how we clean them up. We do several varieties. In Colorado we use our shrimp. We put shrimp in the boxes and let them eat the excess food. I typically use large snails like this. I use and just let the snails eat their way through. See, that would be the same. This would be with the snails, cleaning the tank, and of course that's the snail poop. And this would be without the snails. You can see the difference how the food is chopped up. If I have Koi eggs, I will put the Koi eggs in the fry tanks. Let the Kois hatch, and they really clean the bottom. Okay, let's go on our tour, and then we'll come back to cleaning the tanks. In this 5-gallon tank, we have, in the 5-gallon, we have our steel Nebula. This we pulled out from the outdoor 100-gallon tub this week. Approximately, I'm just guessing, guys, 200 fry. And then in the Hainan, we have our yellow tiger, our yellow king tiger fry. This is one batch. This was the second pull. I'll show you the first pull. This was 1 day's pull, approximately 150 fry. Okay, here's the first pull. This is in our show tank. Our show tank is grown, and it's now occupied by fry, and in this case, Tiger King fry. Okay, let's go on to this rack. This is a 29-gallon with our Vienna Guppies. They have been producing, guys. We have Vienna Guppy Fry available very soon. Our Colorado Springs location is reporting in. They have hundreds of fry. And I've been producing fry too. These are the fry. These are about 3 weeks old. And in this tub, in this container back here, I have ones that I pulled out yesterday, probably about 25. We just let them drop the fry in the tank. We have them filled with duckweed. Not duckweed, I'm sorry, pearlweed. We hate duckweed. Duckweed is the curse of the aquarium trade. There's a story about duckweed. When we ordered the Vienna Guppies, they came in just chock full of bags of duckweed. How and why would you send guppies and put duckweed in the bag to your customers? Shame on that seller. Shame. Duckweed is just how other people hate snails. I hate duckweed. I mean, you got all these beautiful plants. Why would you want duckweed in your tanks? Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, I digress, I'm sorry. This is our Albino Koi. Look at these mamas. You want to see an Albino Koi ready to go. Now see, she's ready to go, but actually all 3 of these are ready to drop in the next day or 2. What we'll do is we'll actually gather sometimes the individual breeding boxes like this. Put 3 of them on, and then wait and see which one drops. But anyway, here's the fry from just the last week. Now, once the fry get just maybe a week older than this, we'll take them out to the outside tubs. So we have a whole tub outside just filled with albinos, juveniles. But these females are just, she is just huge. Just huge. But it shows you the fish. I mean, this is what you're going to get when you buy the Albino Koi Guppies. They are just a huge, healthy fish. And then in the bottom 10-gallon tank, we have the purple dragons. And the purple dragon fry. Again, these fry, see the age they are. They're just about ready to go to the outside tubs. We raise them to just about this size. And this is probably 2 to 3 week old fry. They're fed so many brine shrimp, baby brine shrimp every day, they just explode in size. Okay, let's visit this tanks. This is our blue Topaz. You can see some of the fry I've thrown back into the tank. This is about the size we throw them back in, because I don't have a lot of fish, so we're just raising these in a 10-gallon aquarium. So we'll just pull them out of this tank, because this is not a we don't have a whole lot of population of the blue Topaz, and there's just a couple of fry in there. But you can see the condition with the fry. They get almost their own mini aquarium. Now here's one of the blue Topaz females. She looked very pregnant. I put her in with a trap. I kept her in there like 2 days. She didn't drop. So I took the trap out, and I just noticed this morning. Let me see if I can find it. She just dropped a baby this morning. So I'm kind of debating. These aren't big baby eaters. I'm going to watch her carefully, and either put the trap back in or just let her drop with the pearl weed and then pull her back in the tank. But we're excited. This is about our 5th day of in captivity here, and she finally produced. Since we're talking about the albino blue Topaz, we decided to leave her in the tank, and she dropped, and is still dropping, several dozen fry. So there you go. Now you can have fry very naturally, no trap, just as effectively. She hasn't eaten her fry, so we decided, well, let's leave her in here and not stress her out. But I thought this was amazing. As we're videotaping, we're showing you our production right here. There you go, a small cup of pearl weed. And there you got your perfect. See, you keep the female where she's not able to swim, but the babies can. Well, she can swim, but she's not able to catch them. They're fast. There are some deformities. Let's see, there she goes. See, and see, there's some deformities. So you get some babies born, but a lot of those will wake up. See, there's one that's, but believe it or not, most of those babies will straighten up and start swimming. But those are prey. If she gets those, they're goners. I'm going to feed her some baby brine shrimp real quick and fill her appetite up, and that usually helps. But there's no sense in pulling her out and putting her in a trap. That's, you know, again, when we talk about how we produce our guppies, we produce them with love and kindness, and we're not out to, you know, to grab every single thing we can. But anyway, we're happy. We got a new family of guppies. And here's the albino blue Topaz fry after we've taken the mama out. And you can see a perfect example how we start the fry video in the fry room with one fry born, and by the time the video was done, we've gathered, there's a lot of fry in here, 30-40 fry, and taken the mama out, and everything was good. I wanted to show you something, if we can get a view. See, when the fry are born, they're not always, sometimes they're still kind of curled up. It looks like these have all straightened up and they're good. Let's go down here to the half black blue Moscows. This is the fry tank. Quite a few fry, and yesterday, let's see, where are they? Yesterday we dropped about 25. Now she dropped them into the V-shaped container, and we pulled her out and we left the fry in here. We'll eventually just take these fry and put them in the bigger tank, but this just happened last night, So we haven't had a chance to do that. Here's the black koi, and you can see the fry in here, just ready to go outside in the tubs. I mean, they're already starting to color out. This is the age we want to take them outside, nice and healthy. Yesterday, these are the purple Dumbo ear red tails. We had a huge batch, probably a 40-50 fry. And the next door, now this is an albino in the breeding trap. This is what we're talking about. We've got them in the trap. Nice pearl weed up here for any babies that don't go down, plus it keeps her comfortable. And then the babies are the ones that drop are trapped right down here. And then next door, from outside, we gathered the red Mosaic and start raising fry. And these are about 2 to 3 weeks old, and you can see how they're fattening up. And then last but not least, our blue Moscows. Now we have 2 varieties of blue Moscows. These are a fry that a huge female from the indoor 55-gallon tank. I put her in the trap and she had 40-50 fry, and we brought them in here to raise them up, feed them up, and fatten them up. And these are the fry from the dark blue Moscows from the tank. These again are just about ready to go outside of the outside tubs. Okay, I'm going to get the tools and I'll show you how we clean the tanks. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we're using the Aquarius best friend, a turkey baster. This is a tool I use every day. I catch fry from the tanks with this, and I use this as a cleaning element. So we just take the turkey baster inside the tank, the fry tank, suck up the debris. You got to keep it close to the ground so you don't gather any fry. Voila! And we empty them in a container so that we can double check and make sure we didn't grab any fry. And that's all there is to it. I mean, you can make things difficult or you can make things easy. And I find this a very easy way to clean. Again, if you have cories, you really don't. They just keep everything clean, and the shrimp also help. But this actually is a very efficient way. All right. I think people enjoy seeing how your fish that you buy, how they're raised, where the tanks they're born at, and how they're all naturally raised. We don't try to use, you know, any exotic ways of doing things. Very simple, organic guppy farming with lots of baby brine shrimp. That is, again, we keep telling you every video, it's the baby brine shrimp. We feed them every day. Now we also do use some fry food. Let me show you again our fry food. We use the Aquarium Co-op Easy Fry Food. And we found a new food since one of our last videos. Let me see if I can get the container here. It's Ultra Foods Newborn Fine. It's a good food, but it's got a really small container, and you have to shake it hard, and then you kind of get too much or not enough. I like the food, I don't like the dispenser. The fish like the food though. But we use both. But I still prefer the Aquarium Co-op fry food, both for the quality of the food and for the ease of dispensing the food. Other shade. Well, thanks for watching, and just as a reminder, in future videos we're currently filming our outside tubs and ponds, and look forward to that video coming out because it's going to come in two parts. It's going to show the fish in the tubs as part one, and then part two we're going to go over the construction and the elements of the infrastructure of the outside, because my outside tubs are really different than anyone I've seen in the hobby. I mean, the hobbyists have standalone tubs. We have an integrated system, and look forward to sharing that with you and showing you what, because I developed this on my own, and I find it unique, and you may be able to get some ideas for your own setup. Anyway, the Guppy Room, now the Fry Room at Bishop Aquatics. Please come visit us. Thanks for watching.